this small connection of ours is a good example. We have given out all tools for learning to everybody. And if it happens to, like in your case of China, 700, 800, maybe 1 billion learners, what do you expect to come back? Do you expect that they come back to the same type of institutions that the boring schools or boring universities or high schools? No, the students know that there are many other ways of learning and many other possibilities that better fit their talent. And this also has an impact on what comes to industry and businesses and enterprises, what kind of labor they need. So this is a real, I don't call it word revolution because it has a political connotation, but I call it as a fundamental radical change in the educational world is now taking place. We do not know, I'm not afraid of it at all. I'm trying to go in, but if you know tsunami, you cannot resist. It comes so strong. It changes everything that is falling under. And we have to be prepared to receive the tsunami in education and working life. That's why my other slides, what I have, and you can study them afterwards, I don't need to read them, but I just want to emphasize that there are changes that are, we do not have so clear difference anymore of different types of educational philosophies. It's a continuum. And this is why we have, for example, in my country, we have a confusion of where to put vocational, technical, practical education and training, as if it wouldn't have been always in the educational system. We want to somehow maintain the obsolete system of organizing learning instead of going to this self-learning and media learning and all these new environments. These materials that I have collected, for example, what are the drivers for change? This is not my slide. This is out of the certain research institutes. But if you look at the factors behind, in our societies, we live longer than before. We have intelligence, we have smart machines, we have learning, machine learning, and machines learn faster than humans. It's totally computational world. It's new media environment everywhere. Organizations have changed, and we have, as Astrid pointed out, globally connected world. It means that the old industries cannot provide enough jobs anymore. They cannot provide opportunities for young people to be employed. We have to be preparing for different type of employment and learning society. And this is a brief summary of what I tried to do with my American colleague in Virginia. We worked, still the work is going on. It's a kind of consulting firm. It's not, but it's close to Virginia Tech. That what has changed really. If you look at the society, our Western societies, particularly United States, and not go to the propagandistic demands of this and that, we are not, as Astrid was using the word, a knowledge society. I don't know if it is only knowledge society. It's something more. We could speak about age of disruption, creativity, if we want. Difficult to say how to describe this society and this age, but if you compare these two periods, one was the end of last century, and the other one is now what is happening early this century. And the difference is started, difficult to say what year, but after 2008, we have had serious financial crisis, and it's still going on. But if you look at the differences that we have now, it's not anymore sense of financial wealth. We don't have any more enough money. And earlier it was believed that we just make loan. You have money. There's an abundance of money now with this limit. There's a stress in financial aspect, but there's also a difference in knowledge. That we do have a lot of knowledge, but we do not know what is relevant and how to find the relevant knowledge. And more important, the difference now as compared to the previous period is, in my opinion, that earlier in the working life, and if I go back a little bit more, when I was young, 50 years ago or 60 years ago, work was valued. And my father, my parents, I believe in your situation too, they thought that you have to do well. Whatever you do, you have to work well. So it was a value. And it continued long time that even industry, the product must be good. It must last for, if not forever, at least long time. Now in a consumerist society, it's no more needed to be so perfect, long-lasting product. Good enough immediacy for the market is needed. You produce rubbish thing like you do in the computer science and all this electronics. You do things that become obsolete soon. How often you change your mobile? Why do we have a system that you have to change every second year mobile phone? They don't last long enough to serve. So this changes, it requires different skills, but is it sustainable? Is it healthy? And what I wanted to say, maybe I'm talking, has also been promoting, it is a holistic, it's a humanistic and holistic vision. So that we, however narrow field we represent, being a technician or being a healthcare worker, social worker or engineer or whatever, we need a holistic and a humanistic vision of what society and life is about, because we work together and we need to have the objectives clarified. So this is a philosophy that we speak about new humanism. It's not a solution, but it means that we should be looking at human needs first and not the business or technology first. But technology is helping and business is needed to maintain our life, but it's not the overall objective. So this is my message. Maybe I'm looking at my clock, it's about 10 to 10, so I'm ready to have a dialogue with you. Thank you, Astrid and Lars and Martin Tryggve. I'm here.
Good, thank you, Tapio. It's very interesting to hear this from your point of view, and I'd like to spend a lot of time discussing it. But let's hear what the others have been thinking, if they have any questions concerning this. Shall we start with you, Lars? I know you have some.
I have really some questions and input, and I can imagine that Martin also has one question or two. What was interesting in what you, one thing you said, Tapio, was very a good picture. Astrid, I think you have, or maybe
no, someone else have a phone. Or, yeah, okay.
You said, Tapio, we are giving all these people new tools, open up things, give all the people opportunities to learn. And what is coming back That's a very good picture for me, because I think that's really one key question. And what we and I was thinking about the Renaissance and the printing revolution. It was almost the same question. What is going to happen when we give all these people books to read? Yeah, we see clearly what happened. So now we're giving all the people these tools. What happened, and I think we see that in this prototypes. This is 4 prototypes in Norway now. If we give these young people, talented people, tools, something is coming back. And we begin to see what is coming back. Engagement, better lives, more inspiration, jobs, creations, but not in a traditional way, something strange. I don't have an answer, but I'm sure there is coming a lot of we don't know what is coming back, but we can be sure that there is coming a lot back on us. And I think facilitating this is an important job. But we have to discuss it for hours and hours too. But it has so many implications. I stop there. Thank you, Tapio.
Thank you. Do you want me to comment, or shall I hear other?
Yes, we could develop on this a bit. Yes, please, Tapio.
Oh, yeah. This is books and other media, newspapers, were not created in the beginning for the great mass or the people at large. Newspapers and news media was exclusively for the business people, commercial connection between business people in one place to another. They needed news about stock markets and about different things. But it also required the general reading and writing literacy. And then the printing press technology. Now this changes equally big, and we never know what will be the outcome. And in the current situation, the global atmosphere is not good. We do not know what direction we are going with this global cooperation, because even I'm a UNESCO chair, but UNESCO and United Nations in general is under threat of existing. It's not now promoted. It has been questioned by some of the founders. So we don't know how is the international cooperation working, and we do not know how the technologies will be used. Of course, we never knew it before either, but I am an optimist, and as an educational person, I think that we have to believe on the positive possibility, and then comes what comes. And we face a situation, we are prepared for worse, but we work for the better. This is a classic dilemma in our culture and society. And do we trust the people? Can we give them information and knowledge and trust that they make sensible, good choices? I think we can, but it is a general approach, including not only the financial and technical means, but also the educational, social means. And that's why we have to look at the educational policies very strictly now to guarantee that we get something more than technology. But this is what we are working for.
I would my first reflection when you said it, what is coming back, I was thinking about what I mentioned earlier, is and also especially what I experienced from the project working with the talents, is that they are I don't know the English word, but predisposed or they already had developed skills by themselves in the digital global society.
This is a good point.
Yeah, and they were ready for working in teams in our society, if I can use those terms. They were ready for working inclusive. They were ready for cooperation. They were good listeners, or they not were, they are. And like in your group, Trygve, those were those things I was thinking about first. I was actually surprised about the ability to communicate, to express yourself, to take care of each other in the team, to remind me that we have to ask everyone in the group, also those who are sick today, before we make a decision. So it was integrated skills that I've been thinking that you have been developing in the digital world, like when you are gaming in I don't know, it's a small group, but those things I was thinking about that. Trygve, what do you think?
Astrid, can I say something?
Yes.
Can I build on what you're saying? Because Martin said to me yesterday something very interesting, is similar to what we experienced. Martin said to me, and you can say something about that, Martin, but you said, Martin is working, we are working with how we can convert a bachelor degree in Stockholm University to part of it to 1 year courses, and doing in a way that we do it in consistent IT, practical work in education. And you said something about what Astrid mentioned, is all this power these people have. You say something about how fast we can go with this course and how much we can do during a year with this kind of organized course compared to a traditional way of learning at the university. Can you say something about that, Martin?
It's still in development, of course, but we can compress and streamline, and since we're not beholden to the rigors and demands of an academic university education program, we can strip away some of the stuff that we don't have any need for, and that the participants and talents don't have any need for, so we can streamline and make it, I think, more efficient and more motivational. And that's something we try to do now in this project we did. Just create an environment that promotes self-motivation and just a safe environment to experiment in, and just create a desire for learning, and also give the participants the tools they need to continue to deepen their learning on their own.
And you said something yesterday that was very interesting, Martin. You said something about you talk with experience, because you have run 2 groups with a similar to the introduction to the bachelor degree. Yeah. You said to me yesterday, I run this 2 times, 6 weeks. This is much faster than we was able to do that introduction at the university.
And I think it's because of the environment that we create, and also we get rid of a lot of the stuff around, and we just like the traveling to school and moving from a classroom to a computer room, and we meet up at 11 and we start working immediately. We have a break and we work, and it's more focused. And I like the word streamlined. I think that's what it is.
Mm. Trygve, what are you thinking?
I'm kind of just sitting here taking it all in. I haven't really made up any thoughts of my own, I think. Or rather, like the group, or especially the first group I was with from Larvik, they're all like, they already have the reason for them being in this program or accepting it is they're already motivated to learn. They're already, like, it's in their own interests, and the things we've been teaching them has already been within their own interests, and they become used to seeking out knowledge. And like, when you're playing video games, you've been playing video games all your life, it's only natural to end up online looking for guides, for learning materials on how to beat the game, on how to get better, and connecting with other groups and teaching each other. So I can't explain it, but it seems like just a natural thing that happens when you're working with something that you're interested in. At least for me, when I'm motivated, I go out looking for knowledge.
Yes, and
I don't
you're
know
saying
if that makes
teaching.
any sense.
Yes, absolutely. And you're saying teaching each other as a skill as well.
Yeah.
That's good, because is what I experienced very much about you. That's why mainly I think you were hired after being a talent. You had a very high skill of teaching and supporting the others. Mm.
And also fun is that the new smaller group prototype is Snorre, and we have two experts in that group from a company in Tromsø, and they are telling all the time you have to use each other and learn together, because we are doing this so in our companies, and that's the way we learn in our companies. We learn together, and so you have to do that. So this relationship we try to connect, try to establish between talents and companies and experts, and it's also kind of new environment for learning and developing skills and talents.
So Tapio, all of us, it's 10 o'clock, and I think we will give Tapio 2 minutes to wrap up.
Thank you. First of all, I like very much the comments, and they're very instructive, and I like the word of motivated and find the motivation. My conclusion would be that I forgot to stress enough that in what comes back as a tsunami from this new technology, one thing that is new is that the networks and friends are becoming more and more global. They are not yet global in a real sense, because the world is still divided, but that is unexpected result, that the systems and the structures do not understand that the global citizenship is emerging. And this is also, I would conclude with my UNESCO mission. We want to develop global citizenship education. We are good citizens of our country and our nation and so forth. We have to be beyond. But this is my conclusion. Now there's somebody sabotaging. Well, anyway, the time is out. I thank you for the possibility. I wish you well. I come back anytime you need. Tack.
Thank you, och tack så mycket till allihopa. It was very interesting. Yeah, we'll meet again. Bye bye.